What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be about what if yandere female Itachi loved Naruto. So, just to let you guys know, I'm not dead. I post what I want to, do whatever I want. So, yeah. And also, I am gonna kind of continue this because something happens. So, yeah. Now, let's start the video. With Naruto. Naruto sat in his bed, wide-eyed, after feeling that chakra. And this was a chakra he used before. It was his and the Kyuubi chakra. Cat, that chakra was mine. There's no way. No one else can't wield the chakra but you, since I am contained inside you, said Kyuubi in Naruto's mindscape. But how? Who is the person who could have access to the Kyuubi's chakra? I mean, I'm the only one who has access to it, said Naruto. Kyuubi was in his cage, thinking, who else would have access to his chakra? His two containers, whom passed away, and his container inside and he's contained inside of a kid now, but he thought of who have the power to do so. Who would have access to my chakra? I'm trying to see and think hard enough. I'm hoping and praying Kami that my theory isn't true. I'm hoping it's not what I think it is. Thought Kyuubi as he closed his eyes going to sleep. Hokage's tower. So, what happened? Asked Tsunade. While the Jonin and Anbu were there along with Shizune, while Hokage-sama, we lost the stranger's scout. We lost the stranger's scent, but what the Inuzaka said, their dog smelled a fox, said Asuma, making everyone's eyes wide. A fox, what else? She asked. She felt confused. What fox? It wasn't like the Kyuubi got free, because if so, then Naruto would have been dead. Well, we had found a Akatsuki member dead body, he continued, as Tsunade's eyes widened, and Tizune. The Akatsuki were coming here again? Tsunade yelled and thought, who is it that was killed? She asked, hoping it was Itachi. Deidara, he's a missing nin from Iwa, even when from Iwa. When we found him, his neck was snapped, but there was more to it. We detected a smell, hint of the Kyuubi chakra on his neck, said Asuma while Tsunade sat there wi wide-eyed. Sorry. Bring Naruto in. We have to be sure it wasn't him. Then let out that chakra. I know it can't be him, but we have to be sure, said Tsunade while the Jonin bowed and walked off to go get Naruto. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you guys know this right now. I may or may not be turning on my air conditioner, so if you can hear me, let me know. But if you can't hear me when I turn it on, let me know. But if you can't, oh well. So, just hope and pray to God that you guys can hear me. So yeah, let's continue. Please call me that. I hope it wasn't him. If it's not, then who's the mysterious person who held, who wielded the chakra, who wielded the chakra of the Kyuubi, and Tsunade's thoughts. Akatsuki HQ with Pain and Konan. What is bothering you? Konan asked as she looked at the orange headed Akatsuki leader. Itachi is what I am worried about. She ran off, and I like to know why. We need to speak to Madara about this, because something isn't right with Itachi, said Pain. What would Itachi do? Asked Konan. In the meeting we had, she had been been quite protective over the Kyuubi. I know you saw it, didn't you? He asked while she nodded. For some reason, it is almost like she has a affection, a affection towards him, and I have a feeling she ran off to stop Deidara, Kisame, and sorcery, said Pain with a cold tone. Is there some sort of problem I am hearing? Asked a voice while both Pain and Conan turned to see a masked man with a Akatsuki cloak on. Madara, they both said, looking at the masked man. Good to see you too, Pain and Conan. How are things going with the Biju hunt? Asked Madara. Good. We have captured half of the Jinchuriki and extracted their tail beasts. Only two left is the Raikage's brother and the Kyuubi, said Pain with no emotion, I guess. And what is this I am hearing about Itachi? Asked Madara, who was now interested in what the female Uchiha was doing. There is a certain change in her behavior, and I believe she has some sort of affection for the Kyuubi, said Pain, while Madara, behind his mask, had no emotion about this. Explain, Madara said with a cold tone. When I had formed a meeting to capture the Kyuubi, she seemed protective over him for some reason, said Pain while Madara, one good eye narrowed behind his mask. After I sent Deidara, Sasori, and Kisame, I believe she went after them, and I told her to stay here, continued Pain. What do you want to do with her, Madara, if she starts betrayal? Asked Conan, who wanted to know. Kill her, if you must, because I can see she will become a problem to our plan and goal, said Madara with no emotion. He was pissed about Itachi's behavior, while Pain nodded and Conan seemed a little shocked. Let me know when you need help, Pain, and focus on the Biju hunt. I want the Kyuubi. I don't care how you do it. Just get it done, said Madara, as he turned and walked into the shadows, warping away, seeing Pain nod. Let's go, Conan. We have to wait for her return, said Pain while he walked and she followed. Konoha. Asuma has summoned Naruto, along with Kakashi, just as Tsunade requested. Naruto. Tsunade started in a serious tone, causing the blonde to flinch. Yes, Ba-chan, he replied. Do you know why you're summoned here? No, he replied back. Have you released any of the Kyuubi's chakra? Tsunade asked, causing Naruto's eyes to widen and Kakashi's. No, I didn't, I swear. I stayed in Konoha. Someone else must be able to access the Kyuubi's chakra. The fox said it himself, said Naruto while she looked at him with a brow raised. Tsunade sighed in relief. She was glad he told the truth, but she still wanted to know who in the hell would be able to let out the Kyuubi chakra if it wasn't him. And Naruto, we need you to stay in the village, Tsunade said, causing the blonde to look at her. Why? He asked. Because I fear that the Akatsuki have come back to Land of Fire to try and capture you, she said grimly while Naruto eyes widened and shivered as he thought of a certain Uchiha coming for him as he remembered what Itachi said to him. Listen, Naruto-kun, I'm leaving for now, but I will return for you. Her words rang into his thoughts. Naruto started shaking, and his eyes still widened in horror, while Tsunade, Kakashi, Suzune, Asuma noticed this. Naruto, Kakashi said, oh my god, Naruto, started Kakashi, who looked worried. Naruto said nothing as he stood there, paling, as Kakashi waved his hands in front of Naruto's face trying to get the blonde to awaken. Something isn't right. He froze in fear, shouted Tsunade. She was about to get up until he finally spoke. She's coming back, he whispered while Kakashi, Suzune, and Tsunade's eyes widened. They heard the whisper and knew what he meant, but Asuma looked confused. Who is coming back? Asked Asuma. She's coming back. Naruto chatted it like a ghost. Asuma, you may leave now, said Tsunade while he bowed and walked out of the office. With Asuma gone, it was only Suzune, Tsunade, and Kakashi alone with Naruto. Naruto, everything is going to be okay. Stay calm. Itachi will not get you, said Kakashi. Don't worry, Naruto. I have Anbu on patrol for Itachi. She won't get you. But she will appear and claim me, just like she said she's returning for me, said Naruto while his mind was filled with the images of Itachi romp that night. I'm confused, but I'm not gonna look it up because I'm bored and I don't have the energy to. Kakashi, take him home and watch him, said Tsunade, who was starting to worry for Naruto. Kakashi took Naruto and went out of the office. I'm hoping and praying Itachi... Wait, what? I'm hoping and praying Itachi hasn't come back to get him, said Tsunade, who sighed. I'm worried about him. Don't you think we should contact Jiraiya and tell him this? Asked Suzune. No, Kakashi promised to protect him. Jiraiya needs a break. If something does happen now, would be the time to contact the old pervert, started Tsunade. With that happening, Suzune and Tsunade both looked down, worried for Naruto, but wasn't aware whom was outside the office listening to the whole conversation, and that was Hinata, who was listening to the whole conversation was Hinata Hyuga. Hinata had a look of confusion and worry after what she heard about Naruto. Naruto-kun in trouble. I think he meant in trouble. Naruto-kun's in trouble. Naruto-kun because they said Naruto-kun. Forget it. Naruto-kun's in trouble, and why is Itachi-san involved in it? Asked the Hyuga heiress in thought as she walked away before anyone noticed. She listened. With Itachi, Sasori, and Kisame, it was now midnight. They were on their way back to HQ, but camped for the night. Kisame and Sasori were by the fire, thinking about what has happened when Itachi killed off Deidara. I have a bad feeling about this, started Sasori. So do I. I never expected her to do this. I just don't understand. Why is she so protective over that Kyuubi brat? But what scares me the most is how she looked when she went Kyuubi mode, said Kisame, who had his sword re- who had his sword resting on his shoulders. He she she doesn't want us to contact the leader, Sama. She'll kill us, said Sasori. Both Akatsuki members looked into the fire. Itachi was standing on top of the tree looking back at the east, which directed at Konoha, land of fire. Itachi smiled as she felt a kick from her baby. Her stomach was growing still. She's almost 3 months pregnant. Don't worry, my child. We will get your father and force him into the Akatsuki. He will be, he will be, oh my god. He will be proud to, he will be surprised to, he will be bound to me after I finish off Pain and Madara, known as Toby. I will discover a seal and place it on your father that will contain him, confine him to me. Me and him will, me and him both will lead the Akatsuki, Tachi said as she rubbed her belly. I think you are born by the Kyuubi's chakra. I always wanted to see what it's like to have a Uchiha and Uzumaki baby. You will be gifted by my Sharingan and you will also have your father's traits and bloodline. I guess I could be the one to receive our revive our clan if Sasuke hasn't done it yet. And speaking of my foolish little brother, do not want to I do not know what to do with him once I have Naruto at my side, Itachi said she glanced as she glanced at the moon. I may not kill him, but if he tries to get in my way or take Naruto-kun away, I will have no choice but to kill him. No one will have Naruto-kun will have Naruto but me. I'm going to make sure everyone that is a threat to me and our child's future will be killed by my hands, she said with a sinister grin on her face, while her stomach growled. Hmm? She, she wondered as she looked down and placed a hand on her growing stomach. What are you doing, Ma? What are you doing now, my child? Itachi wondered. Her stomach stopped growling as she stumbled and went to sleep. 2 hours later, Itachi was sleeping peacefully until her stomach growled again. The Kyuubi's chakra started to leak out of her and it surrounded her. Itachi's face changed. She now had whiskers like Naruto on her face, but they were thick and darker. Now her body was changing. She she's a fox. She sprouted, yeah, I think that says she sprouted a black fox tail under her Akatsuki cloak as she swayed it in her sleep. Fox ear sprouted from the top of her head. They were colored black. Her breasts were now D-sized as her hips got a little curvy. Her ass was heart-shaped but soft. Her fingernails got long. They were now 5 inches. Claws now. Her stomach stopped growing as the Kyuubi chakra disappeared. Morning, Kisame and Sasori were the first ones to wake up. They were now looking for Itachi but found her, and the sight they greeted them made them shiver. They now saw the new Itachi. Itachi's ears perked up and got in a pharaoh stance when she heard them, and she opened her eyes. They were no longer black. They were replaced with red slits. "What do you two want?" she asked with a growl, hissing. Itachi, "Is that really you?" asked Sasori. "It is me. What do you want? Why do you ask?" She replied with confusion. "Itachi, you might want to take a look at yourself. You've changed," said Kisame. Itachi's eyes widened when she saw a tail behind her. She ran quickly to a nearby lake and got a good look at her new appearance. She looked at herself in horror. I don't care. She wanted to know, how did she transform into a kitsune? She looked at her stomach and wondered if the baby had something to do with it. "I guess you are a demon child. You've changed me somehow when I was asleep," said Itachi with a light smile. Kisame and Sasori really wanted an explanation on Itachi's transformation, but they knew sooner or later they'd find out. Itachi kept looking at her new look as she had a foxy grin, or a fanged smile that could put Kurama to shame. To be continued. That's what the writer said. I'm continuing this. So if y'all want to know who made this and if y'all want to know the author and what's the title, it was by Zero Ratio I'm not reading that. Zero something ARASHI Uchiha, because I'm not doing all of that. And the book is called, because I'm trying to read what the F is the book called. Well, Whistle, I guess, I think it says, and Fox. That's all I know. Don't blame me. But just know this, guys. I will be continuing the series. So yeah, even though the writer hasn't continued the series, I am going to continue the series for them. Even though I know this was not done by me and I do not think like the writer. So yeah, let me continue it. So Itachi looked at herself for a bit longer. Sorry about that. She then smirked. She turned behind her and said, "Kisame, Sasori, let's go. It's time that pain finally met his match," said Itachi. Itachi had started walking. Kisame and Sasori stood there, eye widened. They looked at each other. Hold on, guys. I need to drink some juice. Okay, guys. I'm back. So, Itachi and Kisame stood there, eye widened. And and they they got over their shock. They followed Itachi, knowing that she must have been a lot stronger than she was before. And if it's the Kyuubi's chakra, the Kyuubi will most likely not lose against Pain. Who knows? But now they were heading to the HQ much faster than they already were. HQ. HQ. Pain. Pain was... There was no one there. No one but Zetsu and the masked man, known as Madara. They were talking until they heard someone coming. They looked around. The Madara had came out to look around to see who was there. They had came out and to see that no one was there. So the masked man turned around, but before he could, he had a slash go right through his mask, and instantly felt dizzy. He looked up to see Itachi, but he noticed that it was just a clone. So he easily took it out and was wondering where was Itachi. So you finally showed your true self, Madara. No, so you finally showed yourself, Toby. Or should I say Madara? No, you aren't Madara. You're nobody. Just a random person. That's it. That's all you are. Said a voice that was kind of femaly. The masked man, known as Madara, kept looking around to see where was the person going to strike. Then Itachi had went up running to him. Itachi had phased right through him. Then, and before the masked man knew it, he was being pulled underground. And then the man had been pulled underground. He had looked up to see that he was only pulled halfway underground. But before he could try and get back up, he had a sword was coming down on him. The sword was coming down quick. So instead of trying to get out, the man had phased through the sword. But he couldn't face. But after he phased through, after the man phased through, after the man phased through the sword, he had went more completely down. More down than he was with. So the masked man made a vortex and appeared behind Kisame, who was the one that swung the sword, but was stopped. He felt something. He felt something. Then he realized that he was seeing Kisame sideways. He had then looked at his body that was now dropping. The masked man saw that his head had been severed from his body. He thought, how? Who? Then he saw it. Red slit eyes and a Sharingan in them. The man was surprised, but before he could say anything, the man's life had flashed. Well, the man's life in his eyes was gone, and he could no longer do anything. He, the man known as Madara was dead, and there was only one more person left. Zetsu had went to go check out what was happening, since he had thought he had heard fighting, but that had changed when he had felt burning. He had looked down to see Madara flames on him. He was burning alive. Knowing that he couldn't escape it, he had tried to do anything, even dig under the ground, do something, but he couldn't. The plant thing, Zetsu, died as well. I don't care if any of you say Zetsu can't die by Madara, I'm gonna make it happen. That man's gonna die. So yeah, Zetsu 2 was dead. Now there was only Sasori and Kisame out in the open, with Itachi coming out of the darkness. You guys did good, especially you, Sasori. Thank you for keeping Black Zetsu still. Yeah, no problem, said Sasori. But I guess we should have asked them where was Pain. And as if life had been answered by telling her Konoha. That had been one place where Pain would go to get the Nine Tails. She had ran as fast as she could. Ran as fast as she could to get to Konoha, but she knew it was going to most likely take a few days, and even if she did have the Kyuubi chakra, she could still run out. So she had tried to run as fast as she could. So did Kisame and Sasori, but they were only managed to get a few. They were only managed to get near a small village that wasn't even close to Konoha. Not even a bit. Konoha. So I'm just gonna say this now. The Pain fight, it was like, yeah, let's go to Naruto. Konoha. Naruto was in his room, shaking. Kakashi wanted to know. Kakashi wanted to help his student to get over the Uchiha, but he knew that was most likely not possible. So he left him alone. He just stood there at the door and didn't say anything and let out a sigh until he finally spoke. Listen, Naruto, I know I haven't been the best sensei to you, but I do hope you can please forgive me, and I will try my best to protect you from you know who. So if you could come out, I'll try and be a great sensei from now on, and we can go and get some ramen together. Would you like that? Silence. The door opened, revealing Naruto. Sure, Kakashi Sensei, I like that. Naruto and Kakashi had went out to go get some ramen. They had then went to Ichiraku, and then they had went to Ichiraku ramen. When they got there, when they got there, they saw no one there other than Akame and Tejiraku. I think if I'm saying that right, because normally I know I won't say it right. They had sat down and Naruto said, "Hey, old man, can I get some miso ramen, please?" Kakashi said, "I'll have the same, thank you." And they both ate their ramen. Time skip. 3 days. So, just to let you know, Jiraiya had came to get Naruto, to train him on the sage art. So yeah. Naruto. So we do a little bit of a time skip. It has been, I don't know, however long it's been in Naruto, I guess. And yeah, I'll say 3 days. The pain attack still happened as canon. So yeah, we now see the Konoha village now fully repaired, and mostly everyone was doing what they do best, doing their work, jobs, or ninja career. Naruto was walking down the street. Everyone no longer glaring at him, but instead waving at him. He was heading to the Hokage's office. And Naruto was heading to the Hokage's office. He was heading to the Hokage's office. And he had saw Tsunade. "Hey, Ba-chan, what you call me for?" Well, a few ninja had spotted Sasuke Uchiha near this place, and we want you to go and bring Sasuke Uchiha back to the village. Please, Naruto. As she said that you'll be assigned with Sakura and Kakashi, Sai, and Yamato. Now go, please. They went off. They had went to go and get Sasuke. Sasuke was walking with Sogetsu, Gojiro, because I think that's his name, and Cameron. They were walking and until they had saw Kisame and Sasori. "Guys, stay behind me. These are the people of the Akatsuki. They're hunting for the tail beast, and Itachi is in the Akatsuki as well. So if you follow them, we might be able to find Itachi," said Sasuke. They had all nodded. They kept the chakra low, staying quiet as they could. It was Kisame and Sasori walking down to the village, the Leaf Village. They were trying to, hold on guys, because I gotta fix my shirt. Okay guys, I'm back. I fully fixed my shirt, so yeah, back to the video. Hold on. Alright guys, so I haven't ran out of ideas. I just gotta go somewhere, so I'll see you guys later. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. To be continued.